All right, folks, we are here with Mr. Jordan Crass himself. Just had him on the podcast a couple weeks ago. He's going to be giving us a little tour of the ETS Performance Center. So, Jordan, the floor is yours.
Hey guys, welcome. We're really happy to bring you this show here and let you see what we got going on here in Altoona, Wisconsin. We're trying to be the home of many sports. This project was driven by wrestling, but we're going to take you through and kind of give you a first-hand look at what goes on here at the ETS Performance Center. One of the biggest things we're really happy to have on campus here is the Marshfield Clinic Sports Therapy and Rehab Station. So any one of our athletes that's training here has an opportunity to be seen by a sports medicine doctor, a physical therapist. We have an on-site staff nutritionist, and we have an adolescent sports psychologist as well through the Marshfield Clinic guys. So we're going to bring in here and introduce you to Tom Katz. Hey guys.
Hey.
Fellas, we are live.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, this is Matt. Matt's a student trainer through UW Lacrosse, right? And he's working on his DPT. Remind me your name again, sir?
Dan Garcia.
Dan.
Physical therapist, manager for the region.
Okay, and then Tom is in charge of this particular location.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of work with the baseball guys. He's actually a great pitching instructor as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Be seeing 3 tonight.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Tom, what's a day in the life like here?
Well, we see patients about once an hour, once every half hour, so 10 to 12 patients, and some athletes that we also are in the other entities, like in wrestling or in baseball or even at ETS, and so we have some combo patients that we see that are also involved in those things. See all the sports, I have football players, basketball players, soccer, wrestling, baseball, and then it's open to the public too. So I see a total knee or a low back injury from anybody that comes. So
pretty big range of things then.
Yeah.
And then when there's tournaments here and stuff, you guys are on site too, right?
So we have athletic trainers here that are on site for the event coverage through Marshfield Clinic. So we're involved with that as well. So yeah, we see a wide variety of injuries here, and all kinds of athletes, the recreational athlete to people that are playing Division I sports, and even some professionals that are here on during the winter that are waiting to go to spring training. So it's been fantastic being here. So.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah,
Gonna check out the rest of the facility here.
All right, they got, so you can see that they have everything that they needed here. And what's cool is like being in the building with these guys, I've watched them continue to add equipment and tools. Every week there's new stuff coming in and getting dropped off. So they're always on the cutting edge of what the guys need and what the girls need. And you can see they kind of got a little sports setup, kind of paying tribute to kind of all the sports that we're working with here. I mean, there's several more than that. Okay, follow me outside. We'll take you kind of back out the entrance here, because we want to show you how you should approach each facility on your first visit. So we want you to kind of enter through the main door. Now the next company is one of my favorites in the building. I love all the companies in the building, but this is really a true attribute for any sport. Whether you're a wrestler, a baseball player, football, swimming, I mean, you name it, right? ETS Sports Performance has kind of changed the game. It's bringing a first-class look and a first-class appeal to training, and their big thing is train like the pros. Adam Thielen, Ryan Engelbert, Chad Sternagel, those are the 3 partners that kind of started this. That's why it's called ETS, and I called Ryan about 3 years ago in May when we were kind of putting this whole idea together, and he was like, yeah, man, we'd love to be part of it. And this place is gangbusters. My son is in here 3 to 4 times a week, can't get enough of it. He'll get done with his speed class, come in the restroom and say, hey, can I do strength? And I'm like, oh, of course you can do strength,
We got an athlete improvement board right up here.
Yeah, and so they keep a lot of metrics, right? Everything is metric driven. So you're not like, hey, is he getting stronger? They can show you that he's getting stronger. It's real data driven training where it's like we should be getting stronger. We should be jumping higher. We should be running faster. We should be reacting faster. And they're very, very cognizant of that. like a high-level athlete. And here's Coach David Martin right now. Hey, David.
How are you, man?
Good. Hey, this is Teague with the Wisconsin Wrestling
Hey.
Podcast. He's
Awesome.
going to ask you a couple questions.
Cool, awesome. Let it rip.
Yeah, so what's a day in the life like here?
Day in the life at ETS Eau Claire. Well, we start our day typically at 7:30 on Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. We got our college kids coming in for our strength training. At 9:10, we have our Speed Plus kids. They coming in 8 to 12, learning how to speed, learning how to run and jump. We also do our 9 o'clock strength class for our 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. Then we do elite speed class at 10 o'clock. Then we follow it up with strength plus again at 10:50. We'll take a little break between 12 and 3. We'll come back at 3 o'clock for our strength plus program. We'll come back at 4 o'clock for our elite speed. And then at 4:50 we finish with strength plus, and then we add our speed plus at 5:10 as well to end the day.
So I see you guys, we were looking at that improvement board earlier. You guys do like a testing day every week or something, or how often do you test those?
Yeah, good question. We usually test every 3 or 4 months. We're all about results. Kids are coming in to train specifically for something to achieve goals. So we test them when they come in. We test them every 3 or 4 months to show their progress.
Hey, lots of good stuff, man. You care showing me around your part of the
Absolutely. Come
building
on
a
in.
little bit?
Take a quick peek.
We'll just walk all back.
Yeah, all right, we got a lot going on. This is our Strength Plus. Anywhere from 13 to 18 years old for this, mostly middle school and high school kids. Everyone's working on their own programs. Everything is individualized. From baseball to basketball, wrestling, all sports, it doesn't matter. You're here to work on yourself. Everything's individualized and working on the things that you need to. Everyone's strengths and weaknesses are different. We're working on the things we need to do to become a better athlete at our specific sport.
Saw people doing sprints in here earlier, so a lot of room for a lot of activities.
Oh yeah, we're strength training, we're lifting weights, we're also teaching kids how to run and jump. We do it all in here.
Well, good stuff, man. Jordan, I think the floor is yours again.
Yeah, so our athletes are super fortunate to have access to a place like this right in our shop, so again, it's its own entity, right? So you need a membership here, just like you would pay for Marshfield Clinic separate than Crass trained or whatever. But we're trying to provide a one-stop shop for parents, right? Whether your daughter's into basketball, wrestling, football, baseball, or your son, or what, we've got something for everybody at the AT Elite Performance Center. Now, the Sonnentag family, Brayden Sonnentag and his parents, they own Catalyst Nutrition. Okay, so Catalyst is like an Herbalife shop. They provide all of this kind of stuff, pre-workout, post-workout nutrition, right? Instead of getting junk, get something healthy, get some protein in you right away. And so this is like a large shop with there's some flat screen TVs in there and some high top tables. You can watch some flow wrestling, you can have your shake, We also have a boardroom in the way back, so when we host tournaments, we've got somewhere for refs to hang out. We've got somewhere for the bracketing to take place. We've got a place for the coaches meeting. When we do college camps and we bring in college, university coaches, like NDSU came in last summer, did a camp, and we had the coaches had an opportunity to spend, the 3 of them sat down and had an opportunity to just talk to any one of our guys in a very private setting. And that's part of what we're trying to do here is push guys to the next level, right? And you heard Tom mention, Division I and Division II and Division III athletes, and you heard him mention professional athletes, right? And we've got guys of all levels. I mean, anywhere from 4 years old to, this spring when the lockout happened, you had Dalton Varshaw, pro baseball player. You had JP Fireeisen in here, pro baseball player, playing in there. You had him working out in here, So it's definitely a wide range of athletes, but you got coaches that can handle all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? David does a great job with the little guys, and just as good of a job as with a professional athlete, right? Tom as well. Here, this hood is just like a little cafeteria. So we do concessions out there when we have events or camps or whatnot, right? So that's just a little concession spot. I'm gonna do Crash trained last, because that's my favorite part. So this is Momentum Baseball Academy. So if your son plays baseball and you're like, oh yeah, we really don't have time to wrestle in the summer because we're playing baseball, well, you can come to Crash Train and you can wrestle, and then you can walk across the hall to Momentum and you can get a baseball lesson from a professional level coach, right? And the big thing in here with like Momentum, with Crash Trained, is we're not dealing with anybody other than competitive athletes, guys that are trying to get to the next level, guys that are trying to progress in their sport. Right? So this is a fantastic facility, and actually we've pulled the nets out of here and put a few mats in here a couple times to run events, and I always tease the baseball guys. I said the baseball room looks really cool with wrestling mats on the floor. So, but it's like this, I think we get in a groove when we're training in our own academies where we think we're the only ones working hard, and I'll get done with a private lesson at Crass trained at 8:30, 9:30 at night, and there'll still be guys walking in here hitting baseballs. And we have a Northwoods League team in Eau Claire called the Eau Claire Express, and they're in there all the time. And those are guys from Stanford, Cal Poly, all over the West Coast that are coming here to play in the Northwoods League in the summer. So here's the field house. This is home to Playmakers basketball and Eau Claire Air volleyball. So if you're familiar with the Wisconsin Wrestling League that we created during COVID with Justin Tritz and the other club owners throughout the state, we held the state tournament here for the 5th through 8th graders. Okay, we were able to get 4 mats down. It worked really well. And then when we're not using it for wrestling, we're trying to make sure that we got other athletes in here using the facility. So like this morning, there was a couple young guys in here with their coaches via Playmakers basketball, and they had some stands up and they were shooting and doing a shoot around. There's some girls here with Eau Claire Air volleyball, and they got a little camp going on. So you can see they're setting up and they're getting ready to go to work. So the thing with an academy like this is like there's a home for everybody here, right? And the biggest thing we want is we want kids in here all the time, right? So like when the super regionals were going on for Division III and guys were headed up to northern Minnesota to head to that super regional, or UW Eau Claire was holding their tournament, right? Parkside stopped and worked out. UW Platteville stopped and worked out. Augsburg was in here, right? UW La Crosse has been in here. And it's like, we want the wrestling community to know that this is a home for you. This whole entire facility is built because of wrestling, right? My business partner through the wrestling club and I decided, hey man, we ran out of space at the old space. We're gonna build a new space. And then I was like, guess what? We're gonna bring baseball in. And then his daughter was playing basketball, and her only time to get a gym for basketball practice was like Friday nights and Saturday mornings. He's like, dude, we're building the gym so we can have basketball whenever we want, right? And then it just kind of snowballed, right? And then we called ETS, and then the last guy on board was Marshfield Clinic. And from a professionalism standpoint, it really just kind of puts the bow on the present.
Tied everything together.
Yeah, it really did. You talk a lot about sports performance, and you talk a lot about competing and being prepared, right? And physical therapy and being healthy is really important in that aspect too. Okay. So now I'll show you my favorite part of the whole gym.
Got a big game of spike ball going in there.
These guys are savages. The Johnson boys live about almost 2 hours away, and they're here all the time. I mean,
is that the Cumberland Johnson
boys? They're from
boys?
Cumberland, yeah. They're coached by a legendary Peterson son, Justin. The Peterson brothers from up there, one of their sons. So we're at 2 full mats. I honestly don't see a reason to have a room bigger than 2 mats with 1 coach. You can only cover so much ground. You can only pay so much attention. I mean, 1 coach to 30, 40 kids is okay, but it's really not even that safe at that level, right? So you go in some of these places that have 6 mats, and I'm like, well, you got 7 coaches then, because who's watching all the kids all over the mats, right? So to me, 2 mats is kind of perfect, all right? So yeah, Dawson's a couple times state champ. His little brother's pretty tough. He hasn't done anything of note yet because he's a little kid, right? He's not been in a high school tournament, right? Bowen's a 3-time state place winner. He's headed to Augsburg in the fall. So here we have a tribute to our state champions. We've coached roughly 38, a little over 30, I think it's 38 or 39 individual state champions, not different people, but that many titles amassed over the years. Started in 2013 with our first one in Eric Peising. I mean, you got guys up on this list that are doctors, Elite 90 winners. You got a pro football player up there. Mason Stockey went pro for a few months. You got guys up here that are playing college baseball. You got guys up here, several guys up here that are still wrestling in college at the Division I, 2, or 3 level. You got Stephen Buchanan, who's a hammer at Wyoming. Garrett Joels is doing a great job in Minnesota. Mason Kaufman was the Elite 90 winner, which is like the smartest guy in all college sports. And actually 2 years before he won the award, they didn't give the award to anybody because nobody qualified for it. It's that prestigious of an award.
The signage in general across the whole building's really good.
Yeah, Stratford Sign Company, Dan Drexler, Kara Drexler, their boys are big into wrestling. They've been around wrestling their whole life. They're a great asset to us here at Crass Train, and we chose to use Stratford Sign Company to outfit the entire building. They did all the signage all over. It's a great company. no matter what you need to get your message across. They're there for you.
Got Rothbauer putting in the work over here.
Always, yeah, always. So we have a locker room. We have a men's and a women's locker room because we have women that train here too, right? We like them to be able to have obviously a separate locker room. The boys have a locker, so showers in both. There's individual lockers to use. We really promote the showering after practice just from a safety in terms of being clean thing, right? A lot of these kids get in the car and they travel a long ways back and forth. So having a locker room that could keep them clean and keep them, safe, keep our mats safe was really important to us when we built the facility. Last thing we got here is I've got a little office, but here's my favorite part about
Course wrestling is on.
always, yeah. I'm a wrestling nerd. I'm getting into golf a little more, but I love wrestling. So my favorite part to do is be able to open this door. When the guys open this door, they know they're in big trouble because I'm sending them up this hill.
Oh,
So we do a lot of hill sprints in the summer.
I've seen this on
Basically-
Instagram a few
basically
times.
as soon as the snow melts, but you can see the top of the roof way up there. So it's about a quarter-mile climb. So you get about halfway up, and then you take a left, and then that roof and that stovepipe. I don't know if you can see it to the top left of that flag. It's way up there.
Oh, that's a haul.
Yeah,
if
so
you're
it's a
going
good one.
uphill.
But hey, thanks guys for stopping and checking us out. Remember, we're here for you. So if you need anything, look up the AT Elite, get a hold of crasswrestle@gmail, get a hold of Teague. We're in cahoots. So like I said, we're here for you. So let us know when you need us and what we can do for you. Thanks guys, and have a great day.
Thank you, Jordan.